Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending a little time with us. And if you were doing it for the early program, we're really proud of you because that means you abandoned a few moments out of a beautiful evening. What a beautiful Tuesday we've been able to enjoy. At least I hope you've got to enjoy it to some degree. Gorgeous weather that will be ending, as we progress throughout the week as far as showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. Temperatures are going to hold pretty steady as far as that is concerned. We'll get to all of that. Community calendar announcements and much more. Indeed, before I even sat down, the focal point of tonight's program was going to be the McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, which was held early this morning. A great deal of ground coverage, so to speak, and we're going to cover that meeting. In all actuality, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the meeting right now, and in light of what may or may not be just a minor emergency of sorts, I'm going to go ahead and go into the meeting coverage, and as it moved along rather steadily, we'll go ahead and just go straight into the meeting. What you're going to be watching will be first off, as we'll go into the opening of bids. Regina McClure from the Big Sandy Ad is there to see the opening of bids in regards to the completion of the countywide radio update project that has seen with the more than $300,000 and about 3 years of effort placed into this project. We are about to go online. She's hopeful of sometime maybe in November or before the holidays with a countywide operational emergency radio system that will improve, say, from 30 to 45 roughly percent of coverage of the entire county area for our police and emergency personnel to 98 to 100% of coverage, which is going to be obviously a vast improvement. From there, the judge will go over a list of roads that are to be adopted into the county road system, and that will allow them to be surfaced and or resurfaced. And roads were a great topic of this morning's meeting. Mike Wilson, our emergency management director, will talk about Code Red and how it's going to be up and running and implemented this Friday. Also, you will see coverage of the approval of $3 million in bonds to go towards blacktopping. Also, some blacktopping bids and other bids were awarded this morning. So we'll pick it up now with Regina McClure and the opening of the bid, somewhere around $51,000 for emergency vehicle repeaters, which will enhance that radio project I just mentioned.
Application for $51,244.20. Is there a second? Under discussion, two items. Number one, I would like to publicly again thank Big Sandy, particularly Regina. And when we were there that day with the folks from the federal government, they actually wanted to do a lot less than this in court. Pointed out to them that they had in fact accepted some of the things that she had done already, and if she had not been there, we would have gotten about 20% of this funds instead of what we got. To the people who've had to wait for these, the reason we've had to wait is when you're dealing with the federal government, the state government, it takes a lot of hoops to jump through to get this type of process done, and we quite frankly can't afford to do everything. So it was either do it this way or take money from other funds, such as what we'll discuss later about blacktopping today. So shortly, we should have 98% to 100, depending on your calculations, of the county covered. And that will be for emergency responders, road crew, everything. So and it will be up to date. It will be the kind of things that other counties, if they've not done, will have to do. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next is I'd like to make a motion that we accept these roads. CR 1894 extension from 0.07 to 0.187. Scott Rank Spur. CR 1889 extension from 0.110 to 0.268. Sugar Camp Spur, CR 1859, extension from 2.07 to 2.27. M. Caldwell Road, CR 1613, extension from 0.178 to 0.250. Gary Ward Road, CR 1063G, extension from 0.169 to 0.220. B. Mullins, CR 1159C, extension from 0.0 to 0.100. Collett Branch, CR 1166, extension from 0.055 to 0.210. D. Porter Road, CR 18 70J, extension from 0.136 to 0.150. Norman Bailey Road, CR 1122S, extension from 0.015 to 0.106. Collinsworth Lane, CR 1174S, extension from 0.079 to 0.258. Holbrook Lane, 0.05. Making a formal motion that we accept these into the road system. And the first one is unnamed road, so that'll make it easy for the first responders to what name they want. Is there a second? Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Code Red, Mike Wilson. Give us a report.
I'd like to address the court and let them know that on Friday we'll be launching our Code Red that we authorized back in the spring. We've already completed all the training and going to start launching it at 11 o'clock on this Friday. What people have to do that are out in the county will have to go to McGoffinCountyFiscalCourt.com, and there'll be an emblem that says Code Red. You click on it and it'll bring you up a form to fill out, put your name, address, and what types of notifications you want. And it's at no cost to the public. It's free of charge. And all calls start about 11 o'clock, and it'll take approximately about 5 or 6 hours to get all the phones out, into the county. And if anybody wants to have a cell phone, get the notifications on their cell phone, there's an option on it too. So they'll be able to click on it. And if they're having any problems trying to complete the form, they can call the judge's office and we'll help them there. So,
what if they don't have internet access?
they can call here and either myself or Freewill will be able to take care of it.
If there's anybody out there that's computer deficient as I am, then they can call, or they'll walk them through it, or they'll do it for them. And if it's an elderly person, we'll send somebody out to help you do it. Because I'm not too good with the computer, I just know to turn it on. Okay, thank you, Matt. The next item is the notice of decision of the local debt officer pursuant to, this is from Tony Wilder, pursuant to KRS 65.940. I'm enclosing a copy of my decision approving issuance of McGoffin County, Kentucky lease agreement with Kentucky Association of Counties Finance Corporation in the amount of $3 million. These proceeds from the lease will be used to finance road decision. Next is a resolution from the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, which is another thing we have to do in order to do the bonding. I make a motion we approve it. Is there a second? Second. Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Those opposed, nay. The motion carries. Next is opening for road bids. Yeah, he didn't try to preserve it. I think that take yours first. First, I'd like to make a motion that we accept from Ranger Contracting a bid for road preparation for our blacktopping of $225,000. That includes almost 200 roads. Is there a second? Second. Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Is this the only bid for?
It's the only bid that we received for the blacktopping was from Hinkle for the resurfacing. Make sure I say this right, okay? For the resurfacing that we got through the flex discretionary, $495,000. Is that correct? I make a motion we accept that bid. Second. Motion been made second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. The next is for about 2/3 of the roads, I believe, Mike. Is that what we figured out? Would be a bid of $2,691,769. I I make a motion that we accept that bid from Hinkle.
I'll second.
Is there a second? Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. I make a motion in light of the fact that we only had the one bid, that if time allows it, finances will certainly allow it, that we would be able to do additional roads if we can work it out with the prorated rate that we're doing on these with Hinkle. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, so I'd like to make a motion that we hire CDL driver Rick Jordan.
I'll second.
Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Would like to hire a temporary bridge crew. We're going to use the money that the state is giving us for bridges that we match 20% to try to do some bridges in-house. Terry Sanders is very experienced in this, and we think we can get a bigger bang for our buck, and we're wanting to do a lot of the smaller bridges. And for that temporary would mean they would be hard for the time that we're needed, would be Jonathan Tackett, Terrell Sanders, and Jordan Helton. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion been made second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next is to set the tax rates. I make a motion we set the rates the same as last year without any raise. I don't think people can afford any more right now.
I'll second.
Motion been made and second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. I'd like to make a comment that if the tax bill goes up on you individually, it means one of two things. Either you had an increase in the amount of property that you had, in which case, if you got on more, you're supposed to pay more. And secondly, if there's any other raise, it will come about by another government agency named the school system, of which I don't take hand in school politics.
And the topic of roads was further discussed in other matters, actually on 3 separate occasions. First, Gladys Allen was there to address the fiscal court about a bridge specifically deteriorating, and also the support underneath deteriorating as well. The fiscal court vowed to make it safe for the winter and hopefully be able to convert it possibly to a concrete bridge. This is an older wooden structure currently, as they hope to be able to do to a great number or significant number of other older wooden bridges in McGoffin County in the future. Donna Adams was there concerning a road that she says was public, the Fillmore Vanderpool Road, that goes to across the river via a swinging bridge. Also, in low water times, it could be traversed in a vehicle. That roadway connecting to the Shafter Arnett Road across the way, which has been obstructed by a gate, she says, since 2005. She was there to encourage the fiscal court for support in order to remove the obstacle or the obstruction, the gate that was placed by another landowner. Fiscal court said it had no problem with acknowledging that road in the future as a county road. However, in light of a lawsuit which was filed pertaining to this road back in 2005, which has laid dormant and never been acted upon in the 8 years since, they said that if the circuit court would acknowledge that indeed it was a public road, that they could move on with that. Also, a Sarah Castle of Burning Fork was there seeking resolution with problems in regards to other landowners obstructing a 30-foot right-of-way, as she said it was deemed by a survey done several years ago being obstructed with trees and other debris. The county could find no official record of that survey at this time. There was a motion by Magistrate Ronnie Lovely, seconded by Buck LeMaster, to have another survey done and reevaluate that, but that vote came down to 2-2 and failed to pass. One other thing was discussed, and that was what Judge Hardin likened to an attempt at zoning on behalf of the state, follow-up of sorts from the last fiscal court meeting we reported on. I'll get to that and some other information in just a few moments. First, though, we need to take a break and hear from some of our sponsors. Stay tuned. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Lane Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Salyersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. In stock right now, Maple City Pottery, and you can also order it personalized any way you would like. Preserved jars, utensil holders, dispensers, mixing bowls, and other designs. They've got new designs by Just Millie with purses and accessories, clay, bead, jewelry, and much more. And it's also where you can find the region's absolute largest selection of fall decor. And it's all in Salyersville at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown. They just keep coming. New and incredible flavors of your favorite ice cream treat. And now they've done it again with the choco-covered cheesecake blizzard at your Salyersville Dairy Queen. Creamy cheesecake pieces, rich cocoa fudge, decadent choco chunks, and creamy vanilla soft serve make your new blizzard of the month. And if that's not enough, just for September, buy one blizzard, get another for just 99 cents. That's right, 99 cents at your Salyersville DQ.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Connelly's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville. I'm receiving reports and looking into information pertaining to a death investigation that is reportedly ongoing since around the 4 o'clock area or so in Magoffin County. We'll have at least a few details for you before we leave you this evening, and also more from the Magoffin County Fiscal Court meeting from earlier this morning. For now, this reminder from the Magoffin County Head Start program: applications are still available for this year of Head Start in Magoffin County. To find out more, if you're interested in applying for your child, call the Head Start office, 349-3488. A reminder, the Substance Abuse Free Environment Safe Coalition meeting is tomorrow. This meeting set for noon at the Magoffin County Health Department. This is their regular monthly meeting, and everyone is invited. Lunch will be provided as well. And from our Senior Citizen Center, commodities will be distributed this Thursday at 12:30. Now, also, Thursday is important because Rite Aid will be there to give out flu shots the same day from 12:30 till 2. Other things you might want to know, that the Matter of Balance, talking about facing your fears of falling, an exercise class, well, that's Tuesdays at noon. And if you look on the activity calendar at the Senior Center, you can find out about the Arthritis Foundation exercise classes, times, and dates. The 30th annual homecoming of the Salyersville Pentecostal Church of Christ starts tomorrow, 7 p.m. nightly, special singing, and the 22nd annual homecoming old-fashioned day starts this Sunday morning at 11. Also, an annual homecoming event planned at the Elk Creek Freewill Baptist Church this Saturday. The gathering is a half a mile from up Lakeville Road at the Louis Powers Bottom. They're having an auction which will start at 11 and a hog roast to follow. Everyone is welcome to come and join them for some fun and fellowship. That's the Elk Creek Freewill Baptist Church homecoming this Saturday on Lakeville. And a picnic and gospel sing is set at the Stinson United Baptist Church for this Saturday. Starts that morning at 11. They've got a full agenda throughout the day and a full menu as well. Sunday morning outdoor church services at the same location at 11. That location being on 1090 from the church at the Flint Farm on Stinson Creek. This invitation from Pastor Joe Carroll. And this invitation is for me. Anytime you've got a calendar announcement and would like to have it included in the program, this is how you get them to us, and they're free as always. Funeral service announcements provided as a service on behalf of our friends at the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And they include listings tonight in honor of 97-year-old Maxie Hale Tackett of Painter's Lick, who passed away on Friday. She was preceded in death by her husband Arthur, and she's survived by sons Ronald Tackett and Ronald Edward Tackett, daughters Helen Welch and Barbara Patrick. Visitation continues this evening and any time prior to services. They'll begin tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock in her honor, all of which from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And this announcement this evening in loving memory of Sudie Hollins on what would have been, her birthday, from your loving daughter, Brenda Gibson.
Regardless of the project, big or small, inside or out, Bailey's Carpet has your next job covered with service after the sale on Husqvarna and Red Max power tools and equipment. You covered with great deals on boots and clothing by Georgia, Red Wing, and Carhartt, and your floors covered with premium materials at low prices from Bruce, Armstrong, and more at Bailey's Carpet and Hardware in Salyersville. Before you call anyone else, call Asphalt Paving Company, APC, for a list of local and area paving jobs that they've done and still look great after 15 or 20 years, and for an estimate on your blacktopping project. Driveways, parking lots, residential or commercial. APC has a 10-year guarantee, decades of experience, and a reputation for using the best materials to pave, resurface, seal, or stripe your property. APC, 859-983-6433.
Let's do this. Can't believe my daughter wants to marry a Hatfield.
And I can't believe my son fell in love with a McCoy.
I got one thing to say. They're going to have the wireless plan with the best service.
And I say they're going to have the wireless plan with the biggest savings.
Daddy!
Hush up, Mary Beth.
Pa, stay out of this, Jonah.
We're done talking.
You got that right.
Better service.
Bigger savings.
Daddy, we've both got Appalachian Wireless. Better service.
Bigger savings.
That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne. 349-9000.
Getting back to coverage of this morning's regular session of the Magoffin County Fiscal Court, you may recall when we covered the last meeting, it was discussed by Judge Hardin in the Fiscal Court about the state's, I don't want to say proposal, but more of an implementation, giving county and local governments up to a year, or to the first of the year, I believe it was actually, to either enforce their own electrical and building codes or have it done on a state level. The Fiscal Court and Judge Hardin elected to do it on the local level rather than handling it on the state level, which means that anyone needing an electrical or building inspection would not have to rely on a state inspector to come, which could be days or weeks away, and a cost that was unknown. They at that time appointed Haskell as the electrical inspector and elected to further investigate the details surrounding the building code and inspections, something that the judge says he has done.
The state has passed a law that will allow the county to enter into a building code. Now, the last time we approved Haskell, the only thing by approving Haskell for electrician was to maintain the same thing we've always had. Hass has been doing this for years. It's not going to change a thing, and if we didn't do that, Hass may not be able to keep doing it. And as I said in the last fiscal court meeting, I found him to be a consummate professional. As far as the building inspector, I've looked at that stuff, and that is nothing but the state's attempt to get the county to do zoning, and I am against it. And I'm not for it. I got the message the first time. I'm like Cameron. I don't have to be hit twice to get the message. I am not for it. I will do all I can to delay it, and I have no intention of voting for it unless somebody else in the fiscal court wants to make a motion and we adopt it. The thing's closed. Okay. Business on the floor. Gladys.
And that was the discussion on the matter for now. Once again, county governments had till the first of the year to see that something was enacted. We'll have to wait and see literally what next transpires in regards to the building inspections and or ordinances that the state is pushing governments to pass. With that said, I've got two more items of business. I actually have three short orders of business. The first was an announcement that was to be included in our community calendar, and that is the Poppy Mountain Bluegrass Festival is this week. Didn't know that. And our own
Turning Ground are performing there tomorrow. 2 shows. I know the second show is at 8:45. If I'm not mistaken, the other one is at 3 in the afternoon. So if you're going, more than likely you're probably already down there and not catching the show. However, if you're planning on going, tomorrow will be a great day to do it. Go down and support our local talent. And they are going to be performing tomorrow. 2 shows, once again, at Poppy Mountain. That from Ralph Adams and the rest of the group of Turning Ground here in McGoffin County. Now, I left you a little earlier, literally the raw edited the footage of the fiscal court meeting I left unattended as I had to step out for just an emergency here in the newsroom, nothing of a severe nature. But while I was out and then came back in, we were told of a death investigation that was opened up around 3 o'clock in McGoffin County or so. The family of the deceased had been notified. They were on site and aware of the situation. We're told the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, the Kentucky State Police, and the coroner's office were all on site and investigating what could be a suspicious death and possibly of a homicidal nature. All we know is that it's confirmed through members of the family that a male was found inside his rented home, which appeared to have been locked possibly from the outside. And there were some other extenuating circumstances which led authorities to begin their investigation. We'll have a report on tomorrow's program that did happen in the Lick Creek area near the Howard's Grocery in that general vicinity is all the information that I've got at this hour. Now, as far as your forecast is concerned, today is the winner. As far as the comparison you may draw between today and tomorrow. We've still got some really nice weather in the forecast. I didn't want to scare you off of it, but your Licking Valley RECC forecast is as follows. Scattered showers, mainly after 7 in the morning, are certainly possible, and mostly cloudy skies will prevail. Daytime highs of 74 degrees. I topped out right at about 79 here at the newsroom today. Gorgeous out in the sunshine. Hope you got a chance to enjoy it. Tomorrow's not going to be so nice. A lot of clouds, a little bit cooler outside, and then, of course, we'll see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms that may actually wane on in over into your Thursday, where we'll see some early fog, some partly sunny skies, and maybe a chance of showers up in the afternoon as well. Friday looks to be gorgeous, partly sunny, and 81. And then the weekend rolls around, and so does another chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Nothing heavy at this time. Saturday looks to be the wettest of the 2 days, though. But all in all, we're still stuck in the low to mid-70s throughout, except for Friday. Most all of the forecast period and some really nice weather after we get through what could be at least a half of a wet weekend in store. But from Sunday through this time next week, things are looking wonderful quite again. Enjoy fall. It indeed is here, calendar-wise or not. That, as we say, is my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Obviously, a great deal of news to cover when I see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today.